Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. And welcome to a Saturday stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope that the weekend is treating you well. And good to see you guys. Thanks for coming to join us for some hot resistance operations here in XCOM 2 today. And Chet, listen. I gotta tell you, it's fucking hot today. I don't know if you know, look, it's still Texas, it's still summer, but man, it is hot today. It is really hot.
You know it's hot out.
Yeah, I just said that. I said it's hot out here, man.
Yeah, you know it's hot too.
But I'm glad to see you guys. Thank you. Thank you for coming to join us today. And again, I hope you're having an outstanding weekend so far. And if you're not, then hopefully it will be a little better now that you're here. It's been a little bit of a rough week for those of you that follow me on the Discord, that hang out over there with the rest of the community when we're not live. For those of you that have been over there, you already know this has been a little bit of a rough week. I had multiple interviews this week, on top of being sick on the back half of last weekend, and then getting what I assume was food poisoning at the beginning of the week, and like just basically being dead until Wednesday. And even now, Chet, I'm still not entirely over it. I'm not entirely, like, I still kind of feel a little woozy every now and then, so it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week. So I'm glad the weekend is here. Hopefully you do too. And we are gonna take the fight to the Amalgamation, which, by the way, that's, for those of you that are not familiar, that final song before the intro song was from Tom Cardy. If you don't know who Tom Cardy is, you should absolutely go check him out. The man is a fucking legend and makes some of the greatest. I hesitate to call them parody songs. They're not, because they're not really parodied. They're not parodying anything. They're just fun songs. So if you don't know who Tom Cardy is, definitely go check him out. But that specific song was called "I Don't Work Here," and you can probably, obviously, you can probably figure out why I chose that specific song in this instance. But anyway, let's get all the chuckle fuckery out of the way first. So here we are. We're ready at the beginning of the stream to hopefully get into some XCOM 2. And I have, for those of you that do not know, and I will throw it out there to give you guys a heads up. So at this point in the campaign, I have basically added everybody that was on the waiting list to get into the game. I have added everybody in the waiting list to the Discord channel if I could find you. Now, I bring that up at the beginning of the stream because I know that there are some of you that are not on the Discord, and that's okay if you're not on the Discord. But the issue that's going to create is, if you want to have any control over the way that your character looks, you're either going to have to be here present in the chat, or you're going to have to join the Discord. And again, for everybody that I could find on the Discord anyway, I went ahead and added everybody that was on the list so that we could, because we're gonna need to recruit some bodies, Chet. We're gonna need more folks, and actually, that's a good segue. Let's get to the game. Let's get to the game, Chet. Hold on a second. Let's. There we go. Let's get over to the Avenger, and I'm gonna turn on the game audio. And again, don't forget, anytime I take the focus off of the window, the game audio is gonna cut out. So I do apologize for that. But as we've discussed previously, there's not a whole lot that I can do about that. That's just a limitation. of XCOM 2. But yeah, so just to give you guys a heads up about what I'm talking about here, if we look at our soldiers, and this is just from last time around, we have a lot of folks that are wounded. We got some folks on covert actions. At the moment, we only have 6 soldiers ready for action. And that's not going to be enough, because if we have a couple of operations come up back to back, then we're going to be out of people. So we're definitely going to have to recruit some more folks. And as a direct result of that, I just went ahead and I think there were only like 4 or 5 additional names on the list. So I just went ahead and added everybody that I could find. Gonna go get dressed and get down to the gun store AFK. Alright, Hurst. King Bob says, yeah, the construction, I got the weekend off. Well, there you go. There you go. It's always good to have the weekend off. I always hope everybody can have the weekend off. I mean, obviously the whole country, the whole world can't shut down on Saturday and Sunday, but for the blue-collar folks, for the folks that are out there working hard for a living, I always hope that you can have the weekend off, you know, just to hang back and relax and all that, so... let's see, Friend8 says, just put together a pole barn and throw some beds in there. I mean, technically that would work, I guess, but it wouldn't be very accommodating. Wouldn't be very accommodating. Crappy Sniper, and not just for Crappy Sniper, but for everybody, if you have a name on Discord that is different from what you typically use here on Twitch, then you have a couple of options. If you don't know, when you're on Discord, you can actually go into your own profile on any channel or any group that you're in on Discord, and you can actually change your name for that specific group. And you can do it on a group-by-group basis. So feel free to do that. Or, alternately, you'll need to DM me in Discord and let me know that it's you so that I can tie the names together if you don't want to change your name. It does not matter to me either way, but, you know, obviously I can't add you to the XCOM character channel if I don't know who you are. So those are your options. You're gonna, I mean, if you want to join the channel, you're gonna have to join the Discord. That is a requirement. But otherwise, you can either change your name to the one that you have here on Twitch, or alternately, just DM me and let me know. But one way or the other, that is the best place to provide the feedback. It'd be nice if the world didn't take the weekends off, much less burnout and stress. I mean, Juturn, you're not wrong. I would argue that, like, in order for society to function, there need to be people working 7 days a week. And at least the society that we currently live in. But, with that being said, like, I think everybody should have 2 days off. Like, and we could get into how labor laws and number of hours work and all that, but that is definitely a scub topic, and that's not what we do here. So, you know, no politics, no religion. I'm not going to get into the discussion of labor laws in the US or otherwise, because that's an ugly discussion. But suffice it to say, I think everybody should have at least 2 days off a week. I mean, I personally am a fan of the 4-3 method, where you basically work 4 10-hour days and then have 3 days off. I've worked both kinds of jobs, and having a 4-3 to me, or 4-10s, as it's often called to me, I feel like is just better. Cause like, if I'm working anyway, if I go into work, like, I don't mind working 10 hours if it means that at the end of the week I get 3 days off instead of 2. I mean, that would be great. You know, and if you're still getting the same amount of work done, and you're still making the same amount of money, you're still putting in the same amount of hours, I mean, to me, having 3 days off is just going to be better. At least as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, hey, that's just my opinion. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you prefer a world in which you only get 2 days off. I can't imagine why that would be the case, but You know, you're entitled to your opinion. Brewster Buffalo says, on sick leave, I have plenty of time off. Wisdom tooth chipping. Ouch. Ooh, that's no good. That's no good. I mean, wisdom teeth are kind of a pain in the ass anyway, but if you chip one, I mean, chipping a tooth in general is just, that is no good. That's no good at all. But hopefully you get better. Hopefully you've already got something scheduled, so... Oh, the removal is painless. Well, there you go. So it sounds like you already got it taken care of, but yeah, you'll probably be in some level of pain for quite a while until you heal up. So good luck with the healing process, Brewster. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully there are no complications, but I will add, hopefully they've also got you on some good stuff to help address the pain while you heal up. Like your idea better? Well, I mean, I think most people agree that having 3 days off is better than having 2 days off. It's just, you know, again, not every industry supports that kind of thing. Not every job supports that kind of thing. And again, there are definitely some people, I think, I know it sounds crazy, but there are definitely people out there that like, they enjoy having a job. Not necessarily that they enjoy the job, but they enjoy that, like, you know, the sense of purpose that they get from having a job and, you know, that regularity of that kind of thing. It's weird. It's weird. But anyway, chat. It's been almost an hour of preamble at this point. What say we actually get started on some XCOM and take this fight to the alien menace? Shall we? Shall we? Or would you like me to just sit here and continue to bullshit with you for another 6 hours? Because I can do that too. But I feel like there are some people, at least, that came here for the game. So what say we get to it? Anyway, again, we don't have a whole lot of people available right now, so we're definitely going to need to hire some more recruits. We could just hire them with supplies. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Folks from the character pool are not supposed to show up in the recruit pool. But one of them has. So in spite of the fact that I was saying that I was not intending to spend money or supplies, I guess we have to... Wait. Okay. So apparently whenever you recruit somebody, it just immediately replaces them with another person. That's good to know. If we had unlimited supplies, I would just recruit a bunch of people. But we don't have unlimited supplies. In fact, quite the opposite. I mean, we have 250, but that's not gonna go nearly as far as it seems. Anyway, so let's have a look here. We got our mans. Erst. Who is only a rookie, but we can go ahead and get him trained up. And this is the new Erst. This is the Erst with his feedback as opposed to me just going hog wild and doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. Alright, so let's see. I don't think we had anybody. Yeah, we don't have anybody training in guerrilla tactics, so let's go ahead and get that started. We're gonna train. Oh shit, actually, Erst just went to do a thing. I mean, I want to give him the option to decide what class he's gonna be, and I want to try to give people the ability to decide their class as much as possible when we're gonna train them. So I'll leave him as a rookie for now. We just won't take him on any missions, and then whenever he shows back up, I'll let him decide what he wants to do. In the meantime, I'm gonna be honest, Chad. I don't even remember what we were doing. I think we were just waiting for the next operation to pop up. Let's see. Increase region income. That always sounds like a good idea. But let's not check that out just yet. Let me see. So we have our supply drop down here. I think we need to hit that up first. After that, we definitely need to make contact with this region. So we haven't done the first black site yet. Can we call him at the gun store? I mean, if you know which gun store, you're free to give it a shot. But we need to make contact with this region because we haven't done the first black site mission yet. So that'll be our next thing. I think we need to go down here, grab our monthly supplies, then we'll try to make contact and see if we can do this black site mission. Because the Avatar project has already gotten 4 pips, and the more that happens, the worse things are gonna get. Look at the snake up on the wall. You gotta find the guy that did that and ask why you didn't do it the same as the other heads that are mounted. Look. Look. There's one very important difference, okay? You know what all of these don't have that this does? Does anybody want to answer this question? I know some of you already know the answer. Correct. Snake boobs. Or just boobs in general. You know booba? Booba. That's what. Brewster, don't ask. Don't ask those kind of questions. It's not healthy to ask those kind of questions. That's like, well, that's like asking why anything happens in a Hideo Kojima game. Just don't. That way lies madness. It's best to just accept it for what it is and let it happen. Actually, hold on a second. What is this? Stop. What is this? Because this is like a resistance operation thing. Oh, you know what? That's probably this behind enemy lines. That, isn't it? Like it won't let me click on it. Like it'll highlight it like I can click on it, but then when I click on it, it doesn't do anything. So I don't know, Chad, I'm confused. Shut up! Alright. Let's get some supplies. Let's get some supplies.
The aliens have just finished a new facility tied to the Avatar project, Commander. If we can make contact with resistance forces in the region, we could move on that facility and set back the aliens'
Operation
work.
Armored
Commander,
Claw.
we've just received intel that one of Dr. Vollin's escape test subjects is guarding a nearby advent facility. Best be prepared before we try to take
Well,
it out.
it's going to be a significant amount of time before we're able to get to that facility. We haven't even unlocked our second region yet, so it's going to be a hot minute. If I capture a Viper, can I keep it? No. I would argue that it's probably going to be an issue for everybody. Can they shed the boobs? You know what? If you find one that speaks English, feel free to ask. I'm not sure. Resistance comms! Finally finished. Outstanding. Let's go view the facility. And, I don't think I'm gonna put an engineer in here for right now, because we've already got 4 available contacts. So, I don't think that there's much of a reason to put an engineer in there just yet. We're also trying to clear out... Basically, we're rushing to the bottom level here to try to get to the exposed power coils. Because as you can clearly see, we're at our power capacity. I don't want to waste the time and supplies to build another power relay, but I also don't want to upgrade the one that we currently have here because it's going to be a waste of money. Basically, these 2 power coils, once we get our hands on them, will be enough to provide all of the power that we need. So, I'm trying to rush to these as quickly as I can. And Lemmy Wink saying, what the Sigma? I'm not sure how to respond to that. I don't speak TikTokian, so I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I assume it's some variant of what the fuck, but I'm confused. Shove an energy in the power relay if you need a temp boost. Yeah, that's what I plan to do. Once we get this cleared out and we start moving down to the next level, I'll have to evaluate, because currently we only have 3 engineers, but I'll have to evaluate whether, I mean, depending on what we're doing, it might be better to just, again, go straight for the first power coil. We will see. We will see. But that's essentially what's going on as far as the engineering is concerned. And for those that are curious, or that weren't here for the last stream, we are currently researching magnetic weapons. So that should be coming up soon-ish. Yeah, 5 days. Alright, there we go. So we got our supplies. I think next thing we need to do is make contact. I'd really like to head up to this area and grab some rookies for free, but for right now, I think making contact is going to be the best bet. Alright, there we go. Let's have a look at that. We cleared out the alien room. Now, if we dump all of our engineers into this,
power for the Avenger systems.
how quickly are we going to be able to get this done? 10 days. 10 days is actually not bad. For a bottom level room and an exposed power coil at that, I think 10 days is pretty damn good. So I think, because we're not building any other facilities, like we're not building anything additional that's going to tax our power, I think we go full bore on the shielded power coil or the unshielded power coil and try to get that done now. Yeah, magnets, how do they work? Time for transparent aluminum. I don't know. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? I've never been a juggalo, but I've been around them for more than a little bit, so. Anyway, let's get back to making contact, chat. It's nerd shit. Yeah, I mean, look, there's only so much room in my brain for nerd shit, and I already got a lot of nerd shit in there, so I'm not gonna get every reference, I'm sorry. I'm what they call a jug-a-hoe. Wait. So are you insinuating that your plumbing is on the inside? Or is that just a juggalo that really likes to get down? I'm confused. Oh, shit. Well, this is probably worst case scenario. So chat, you remember how when you go to do covert operations and they're like, hey, here's this thing that you can do and it'll stop you from being ambushed. And I did that thing, and then the game is just like, actually, fuck you, get ambushed anyway. So, that's a thing. Alright, let's see if we can get our people out of here alive. Let's see. Operation Autumn Embrace. We need emergency extraction of covert operatives. Our soldiers have been ambushed. Immediate extraction is required. So does that mean that we also fail the covert operation? Like if we have to extract? Or do we still get credit for finishing the covert operation even though we're having to rescue our people? Also, SitRep says the Lost. So, that's gonna make this interesting because we're gonna have to be dealing with Advent and we're gonna be dealing with the Lost. So, this ought to be interesting. Alright, chat, let's see. Let's see if we can get this done. I mean, no, Lemmywinks, I didn't think that the 25 materials would defend them, but What the hell is the point of me spending resources to avoid ambush if it doesn't avoid ambush?
You've got no time to waste. Break cover and move to the extraction point on the double.
Thanks, Dad. Any other advice? Alright. Trying to figure out... I mean, this is the problem with the urban maps, is, like... It's really hard to, like, just look at the map and try to figure out a good path through. And that's a really long way to hoof it. So, yeah, I guess we'll just have to hope we get lucky. No explosives, please. That's just gonna make these things worse.
I move.
And again, I'm gonna basically... I'm gonna hope we don't run into advent. I'm hoping it's just the Lost, but if it is just the Lost, then how the hell did they get ambushed, is my question. That is my immediate question.
I go.
Race 1, your team is compromised. We're
Yep.
picking up Advent response forces inbound on your position.
I suppose it was inevitable. Alright, let's see. So if they're coming in here and I have no idea what they're gonna be dropping on us, then we need to find some kind of defensive position from that angle as quickly as we can. Unfortunately, options are kind of limited. So, we either continue to move and hope that they don't drop something like a Viper or a mech that can cause problems, or we turn around and we try to fight it out now and maybe wipe out the pod as soon as they land. I mean, understand, they already know we're here. Like, we're not in concealment. Well, except for the Reaper, who always starts in concealment. But the other two are not concealed. So this is not a matter of sneaking away. They're going to start attacking us right away. And I'm afraid if we try to charge too far ahead, the issue that we're going to run into is we'll hit another pod, and then that's going to make this even more difficult. So, as much as I don't like the idea, I think we try to stand and fight. Unfortunately, we don't... I mean, the cover here is absolutely terrible. Maybe we take the high ground, but the high ground is not going to give us much better cover either. Alright, we'll take a chance. We'll take a chance. We'll try and get up high and use this subway car as cover. Or subway cars, plural.
I go quickly.
And then our Reaper... I mean, we'll move up here, but...
Moving out.
I'm not... Again, I'm gonna try to keep the Reaper in concealment as long as we can. Alright, we'll wait it out. Let's see what they're gonna do. Let's see what they're gonna drop on us. Okay, I saw a commander and a trooper. So I have a mod that buffs commanders. That could be a problem. But just a regular Advent trooper, not a big deal. Are you fucking serious? Okay, so this is XCOM just being a fucking piece of shit.
Flanking maneuver.
Not only did it drop them in an area where it didn't show them landing, but then immediately gave them a flank on us. So we're already starting off with some weapons grade XCOM bullshit. Which isn't a great sign for how the rest of this is gonna go. I'm also reluctant to use any kind of explosives to flush these donkeys out of cover. I mean, I could just pull this joker over here and then we go to town on him. Yeah, I can, friend Dave. We can yoink the guy out of cover. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, so here's what we'll do. We'll move down here so we've got a little cover. And then I'm gonna yank this guy over here.
No one escapes.
Outstanding. And now we're gonna give him the slice and dice. Oh, okay. Apparently this donkey gets reaction shots. Good to know. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get here for some stupid reason. I don't really understand why. But that's okay. What I'll do instead is maybe, I mean, run and gun is a cooldown for 4 turns. I'm not really worried about an advent trooper. So here's what I'll do. Let's run and gun early. We're gonna run up here. I'm gonna then immediately put the bullets in this dude's back. Because a shotgun at point blank range with no cover is almost guaranteed to crit. And that's gonna be good. So that's a commander down. Outstanding. Next up, we put Outrider in here and then put her on Overwatch, and hopefully, if that trooper advances, then we will smoke him out with an Overwatch shot. Or not.
Our enemy strikes at me.
I'm a little bit confused about what triggered that. But now things have gotten significantly more complicated. Alright, I think we can take one shot, and as long as we don't miss, this should take that trooper out. Are you
It will survive.
fucking kidding me, Max? Is this your idea of a joke, or what? Because I don't actually think it's funny, for the record. But we need to start moving. Especially with the Lost now being alerted to our position. So let's GTFO. Let me see. Can we do this? I probably should have checked the target preview before I did that, because I could have royally screwed this up. Let's go ahead and we'll use... So the reason that I'm using the Reaper to hopefully take this guy out is because of the concealment. If we have to leave somebody behind, I would rather it be a Reaper, because they're going to be able to evade better than any other troop that we currently have on the ground. Yeah, whatever crew card said. I don't speak French. I assume that was French. Alright, so we got some troopers just wandering in. Or maybe just a single trooper? And there's the loss. I was expecting to get at least one more turn before we had to start dealing with that. But the game decided that that was not going to be the case. So, now to reevaluate the tactical situation. We need to get Mox to cover. That's just a gimme. It's not even really optional at this point. We could go for the high ground, maybe? Alright, so here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. We got a flamethrower, we got a rocket launcher. Yeah, the Lost should attack the Advent Trooper. However, that doesn't mean that they won't also go out of their way to attack us as well. So here's what I think I'll try. I mean, we got a shot at everybody from here, so let's get crew card up to the next vehicle. And then can we... Outstanding. So we can churn and burn and hopefully get 3 of these guys with the flamethrower. Yeah, the Lost are basically zombies. That's a good way to put it. They play like zombies anyway. And then let's see how many of these guys we can get. Honestly, I'm okay with leaving them as is. I kind of want to take out the Advent Trooper, but I also kind of want to just let him and the Lost duke it out for a turn. And I can't see this one for some strange reason, so... Just thinking. Is a flamethrower a mod thing? No! The flamethrower is a vanilla game thing. It's maybe a little better, or I guess a little more realistic with the mods that I have, as opposed to the vanilla game where it's fairly weak. But yeah, the flamethrower is definitely a vanilla thing. Always grapple even if you don't need to grapple. I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it. I'm currently trying to keep our mans in cover, though. Normally with the Lost, I wouldn't care, but because we also have Advent on the field, that means that we gotta be careful about not leaving ourselves exposed. I think we just hunker. I'm gonna let them do their thing. I'm gonna let them duke it out. And I'm gonna move Reaper down here. Actually, you know what? Let's go... Damn, we can't even go the high ground. Son of a bitch. Because we're gonna... Something that we're gonna do here is gonna cause us to expose ourselves, and we're gonna lose concealment. So... Because what I'm trying to avoid is I don't want one of the Lost to come running out here and accidentally stumble across the Reaper and break them out of concealment. So, we'll do this. Just for now. Just for now. Alright, so the Advent Trooper is... Hey, you know what? I'm good with it. So one of them comes after us, one of them goes after him. Alright. So. We're close. Well, we're closer. So I think once again, we'll move up crew card to the next cover. We did not crack any new pods. So let's see. If I take the 60... I mean, I am having a hard time believing that a video game shotgun would have a 66% chance to hit this man's from that range. Again, it's a video game shotgun. Video game shotguns have like a 3-foot effective range. but I kind of want to take the shot because the Lost, like, okay, here's my thinking. Here's my thinking. If I can either hit or kill this trooper, then that removes him from the equation. Then this Lost has to run all the way over here to attack our people. He's not going to be able to do that in one turn. Now, alternately, if I shoot at the Lost, which I have a better chance of hitting, then that removes the threat on the trooper, and then the trooper's going to take a shot at one of my people, and I don't want that to happen, because we only have half cover out here. And I don't want my people hiding behind half cover from guns if I don't have to. So, I think we take the 66% chance. Either we get lucky and we hit, or we get unlucky and we don't, but then the Lost is still putting pressure on him that he's going to have to deal with. So we take our chances. And my main crew card. He got a graze. It's not a kill. But that's going to put even more pressure on that Advent Trooper, which is good. That's what I want to do. Now, I don't know if this car is about to explode, and I don't really want to have Mox next to it if it is. But we also don't have any other... Well, I guess technically I could run up here. Yeah, let's do it.
Moving quick.
Let's do it. Let's get him up here to full cover. And then we'll move our Reaper up. Could potentially take the shot. We got a 50% chance to reveal if we do. Do Lost swipe at you for running nearby? No, Frienday. Thankfully, outside of a couple of very specific abilities, there are no, there's no, like, zone of control, like what you get in a lot of grid-based RPGs and things like that. So, outside of some very specific abilities that trigger like that, no. Now, Reploid, it didn't actually do a lot of damage. It only did 2 damage, but that trooper only has 3 health. So it looks like it did a lot of damage. It's just, the guy's very weak. I think we take this shot. Hopefully we get lucky. If not, Outrider might be in trouble, but I think a coin flip is worth the chance.
One of many. I have little ammo remaining.
Okay, outstanding. And because that was a headshot, we get another free action. I'm gonna use that action to reload. So let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. I'm interested to see. Okay, so the trooper's gonna continue to fall back. And apparently they brought the stormtroopers this time around because this guy couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And I'm actually okay with that because we're not here to kill dudes. We're here to GTFO. So that's gonna be my first priority. I am gonna let the zombie and the Lamau duke it out, and we're just gonna focus on getting the fuck out of here. So let's see, crew card. I think, can we? Yeah, we could just bust through this building, or we could go around it. I think I'd rather bust through because that's gonna give us more cover.
C'est tout bon.
And Hoshi Husk says, someone's gifted me a sub to this channel. It's a first time here. Hello, well, good to see you, Hoshi. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday. And yeah, you probably got hit with what I like to call a collateral gift sub. We have some very generous individuals here in the chat that like to just throw subs around. They like to make it rain gift subs. And so yeah, you probably caught one of those collateral gift subs. But congratulations, and of course, welcome to the stream. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well, and I guess welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions, even if it was an unintentional joining of the cult. That's okay. We accept anyone and everyone. Did I just... Okay, I didn't accidentally break through the window. Alright, we got another Advent Trooper. Not super worried about that. Hey, there you go. Round of applause for the Advent Trooper. It only took him 3 shots.
We're getting a lot closer to our position, Commander. Prepare for more incoming.
Well, now I'm glad I wasn't using that car as cover. But hey, you know what? Better late than never. Let me see. We can get here. And we've already got a shot on our mans. It's only a 68% shot. You know what we do have, though? We got justice. Justice! Ooh. Twitch recommended me here. Jordan Hawks, first-time chatter. Well, I'm glad that Twitch recommended you, or recommended me to you. And welcome to the stream on a Saturday. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well. And we are playing some XCOM 2 modded today. So yeah, hopefully you're having a good one.
Face justice.
Let's do it. Let's justice. Because this dude's only got 1 health, so we're gonna smack him and he's gonna die. Outstanding. Good job, Warfare. Good job.
I go where you tell me.
Alright, let's get our Reaper up, and then we'll see. Can we? Yeah. We got an 88% chance to hit, but then in addition to that, we somehow have an 80% chance to reveal, even though this is the only enemy on the field. And General Quarters coming back for 12 months. 12 months, yes, that's right, you heard right. For those of you that were not here for the beginning of the stream, we are now officially into 1 year territory, chat. We just rolled over to 1 year as affiliates, a little over 1 year into my streaming journey. And General Quarters says, I'm back, how far in XCOM 2? Don't get XCOM. Well, we've already gotten XCOM'd several times. In fact, including at least once on this mission already today. Right now, we're still in the relatively early game. We are currently trying to unlock the next area so that we can get to the first black site. What do you mean? It's still 2021? Yeah. What pandemic? What are you talking about? Never heard of it. Pandemic? That sounds bad. Yeah, getting XCOM is part of the experience. Yeah, we talked about that, Jordan Hawks. In XCOM, the closer you get to 100 without getting to 100, the more likely it is that you're gonna miss. Any percent chance below 100 is automatically assumed to be 0 until proven otherwise. We'll take the 88% chance. Why not? And that's a dead Advent Trooper.
No one will mourn them.
Yeah,
We'll compromise.
I'm confused about who exactly we were revealed to, but it's whatever.
Okay, je bouge.
Alright, let's make the charge. Let's make the charge. Because we might get some Lost that show up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I think we'll be okay. Mox is not going to be able to make it all the way to the extraction. Outrider also not able to make it all the way to the extraction for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But let's go ahead and get crew card here. Put him behind some cover. And you know what? We're close enough to the finish line. I think it's time for some big boom, chat. Let's give him the rocket launcher. I wonder if I aimed like right, can we cheese this and get all 4 of these donkeys? I don't think we can. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's not a way to get all 4. That's all right. I'll go for the group of 3. Let's go for the group of 3.
Feu d'artifice paré.
Outstanding.
Ennemi neutralisé.
Outstanding. And let's do this.
I advance.
Get Mox within evac range next turn. Food eaten, what have I missed? Mostly killing zombies, Sierra. Mostly killing zombies. And we'll go ahead and get Outrider over here. I don't think that Lost will be able to get close enough to hit one of our people this turn. Hopefully. Question mark? Oh, it's a grappler. Maybe they will. Shit. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Outstanding. Let's see. Who do we... I mean, obviously, if anybody's gonna get a promotion, it needs to be crew card.
Pas de soucis, chef.
Oh, speaking of, here's somebody with a special ability that allows them to have a zone of control. All right, let's retaliate. Take that donkey out.
Vous avez vu ça?
We almost made it out flawless, but I did not realize that those dudes had a zone of control. What difficulty? We're just playing Commander, General Quarters. Because we're playing on Veteran. I tried playing on Commander initially, and we got fucking curb stomped. So I have a lot of mods. If you're curious, you can do Exclamation XCOM 2 in the chat to get a link to a list on Twitter that I posted for the mods that we're currently running in the game. But there's about 360 mods in the game currently. And a lot of them are bug fixes and quality of life, but there are some that make the game a little more difficult as well. And sadly, Commander difficulty, plus mods that make the game a little more difficult, plus it having been 4+ years since the last time I played XCOM 2, just combined for a perfect storm of us getting the shit kicked out of us. Yeah, it's on light mod list. No big deal. Just 360 mods. No big deal.
Moving.
All right, let's get our people into the evac zone and get out of here.
Watch my back.
So yeah, we almost got away with a flawless, but of course,
Je suis plus là.
it wouldn't be me and it wouldn't be this stream without some bad tactical decisions that caused people to get injured for absolutely no
All
good
members of
reason.
Wave 1 have been successfully evac'd.
Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So crew card was the MVP on this one. Got, let's see, heavy hitter, dealt the most criticals, ended their turn with sight on the most enemies, definitely destroyed the most stuff. Parting gift, dealt the most damage while standing in the evac zone. I didn't even know that was a thing. Ain't got time to bleed, dealt the most damage while wounded. I mean, he was literally the only person who got wounded. Kill stealer, too old for this shit. Highest ranked soldier who experienced more grief than a lower ranked soldier. And overqualified, got the most kills relative to their rank. Then we got Mox. I don't know why that is his photo. I guess because that's just... I guess that's what the game did. You know what? Do we have... Can we... no, never mind. We'll get to that later. Let's see. They got close range. Dealt the most damage at close range. Imagine that. Most assists, and not bad, kid. Lowest ranked soldier who dealt the more damage than any higher ranked soldier. Wait, really? So he dealt 10 damage. No, crew card dealt 41 damage. How that... You know what? It was probably yeah. It was because of Outrider. Outrider only dealt 8 damage, even though she's technically ranked higher. Sneakiest. Move the furthest while in concealment. Yeah, the Legacy OST is fucking great. I love this music. But yeah, all around good performance. Like I said, we could have gotten out flawless, except I made one little tactical blunder there at the end. But again, that's kind of just... That's me. That's how I do. No matter what difficulty, this game will be a pain. Yeah, I mean, it can definitely be a challenge, and
As long as there's even one Reaper left standing.
and that's why I was like, well, you know,
Finger
it
on the
is what it
trigger.
is. Damn, 5 days. Like, look. This zombie slapped crew card in the back so fucking hard, he's out of commission for 5 days. That's a hell of a slap. But we got promotions. Always good to see, even though they're for our hero characters, which we already decided we're not going to rename. Didn't get any items, but that's okay because it was more about the covert operation.
I'm glad to see our joint effort paid off like we hoped.
So yeah, there we go. Gained XP, increased cohesion. Oh, you know what? That's right. For this one, we were negating the risk of anybody being injured, except we got ambushed, and then crew card got injured anyway. There you have it. Influence with the Phantom Seekers increased. Gain additional resistance orders and covert actions. Yeah, so this was just them doing their own thing. And General Quarters doing the redeem to get into the game. Let me write that on the list. I will tell you right now, General Quarters, it's very, very likely that if you don't get in the game today, it will probably be on the next stream. Because we're definitely going to need to hire some more bodies. We're definitely going to need some more bodies. XCOM 2 is a game where, especially with these mods, you need a lot of people. So let me get you added to the list. I mean, let's be honest, chat. It wouldn't be a game on this channel if General Quarters wasn't in here. Now, I'm not gonna be able to give you the traditional Palpatine getup, General Quarters, but we'll definitely make that happen. Wonder if a person who already redeemed can redeem again. Megas, yes, you can. So there's nothing mechanically stopping you from redeeming again. However, and I've said this before, just to give everybody the option to get into the game, I try not to let people buy themselves back into the same playthrough. So you are free to redeem again if you have the points, but I don't know that I would put you back into this playthrough. If we do another playthrough, or if for whatever reason we switch games, then, you know, that would go. The fuck murder family lineage lives on. Yeah, again, the fuck murder family, that old world money. You know, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful when you're fucking around with the fuck murder family. But I see you track tension. I'll put you on the list as well. And I apologize if the model goes a little wonky. As I've said before, the model does not like it when I look down to write stuff in my journal. So I say my journal. It's a notebook. But there we go. Anybody else gonna redeem? I know you jokers like to do everything in groups. Do you guys go to the bathroom in groups too? No takers? Troubleshooter, listen, if I had a diary, it would have all the ponies and flowers, and it would be neon pink. And I would write in the journal, I would write in the diary with a pink pen, and I would even do that thing where you put the, like, whenever you write an I and you put the little heart above it. I'm just saying. I know what I'm about. I own that shit. And I see AEW. Hydration income. Yeah, track tension. It's the XCOM character bullshit. Unfortunately, you will have to be added to that channel. You cannot just get into it. You have to be given access to it. So, I mean, generally, I've been going in after each stream and adding any new names, so I will probably do that after the stream is over. in the meantime, you get the body condom and the buzz cut like everybody else. Anyway, so we're finished up on here, and actually that gave us enough experience that we were able to level up crew card as well, who did not get a promotion on the mission. So we made progress in the hunt for Garrett. For the Chosen. A new covert action to help the Reapers continue the hunt is now available in the ring.
You're starting to win over my people, Commander. And that says something. Things are
Thank
going
you,
so
Riker.
well. Sounds like my Reapers can take on some new orders.
Alright. Soldier promoted. Soldier promoted. Soldier promoted. New covert action. Alright, let's do it.
Our influence with the Resistance factions has motivated them to share some new information on the Chosen.
So, we could go for a facility lead. We could go for improved combat intelligence. So, for those of you that don't know, I know I've explained this before, but for anybody that wasn't here before, the combat intelligence determines how many, I guess, perk points you get from missions. And so for any soldier that has not great combat intelligence, this can be good to increase it for them. But to me, that's kind of a late game thing. We could also spend the time to locate the Templars. Templars are really good. Like, they're a close range class, but in my opinion, Templars are really good. By the way, is the classic old XCOM music a mod or part of the base game? So the music is part of a DLC for XCOM 2 called the Tactical Legacy Pack. And the soundtrack is remixed versions of the original XCOM music. I would assume you can find it on YouTube, because you can find just about any music on YouTube. Oh, you took care of it, Sierra. Outstanding, outstanding. Like Tex said, do not fear the guy with the call sign fuck murder soul shitter. Fear the guy with the call sign such as Toast or Patch. Exactly. But see, that's the running joke, Wasteland, is like General Quarters' call sign is General Quarters, but his name is Soul Shitter Fuck Murder. Like, that's his given name, which is a completely different thing. It's a completely different thing. Anyway, I think we need to go and locate the Templars, because Templars are awesome. And actually, a lot of our roster is back off the bench, which is good. I don't know why. Oh, because of the rank restriction. Alright, so we could send Jotun. You know what? For those of you that were here for the last stream, after Jotun's last ride, I guess, taking some fire for the squad, I think he deserves a little bit of a vacation. So we'll send him, and we need to send another soldier, but it doesn't need to be any specific rank, so... who do we want to send? I mean, we could send Erst. He's not really doing anything right now. Got General Quarters as well. Outstanding. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. Let's see. I mean, I kind of want to keep everybody on standby. Alright, here's what we'll do. We need to do the promotions first. That's what needs to happen. So let's do that. Then I'll say, because I'm going to send out either Mox or I'm going to send Outrider. But we need to handle the promotions first, because I'm not going to be able to promote them once they're on the covert operation. So, let's see. Let's have a look. So she is a tracker. We could grant immunity to negative mental conditions, including panic, mind control, stuns, and disorientation. Holy shit. That is insane. That's just immunity to any mental issue. That is an insane ability. What else have we got? Aggression. +5 critical chance for every enemy you can see, up to a maximum of 30. That's good, but not for a class like a Reaper. Riot Control gains a free flashbang and smoke grenade. Again, good, but not for a Reaper. And then Stealth. Any unit seen by this Reaper remains permanently visible. Also good. Yeah, I feel like Steadfast is like, that's just too good not to take it. Like, Steadfast is just never panics, can't be mind controlled, never gets stunned, never gets disoriented. Like, why would you not take Steadfast? Like, I'm absolutely taking Steadfast. That's just too damn good. Alright, let's see. Hopefully Mox will get something equally good. Though, I doubt it. The skill tree for the Skirmisher is kind of meh. But let's have a look. Alright, so, aside from their baseline abilities, we can now give him Return Fire. When targeted by enemy fire, automatically fire back. Once per turn. That's pretty good. We got Wrath. Use the grapple to pull yourself to an enemy. So it's Justice, but in reverse. So instead of us pulling them to where we are, we go to them and then attack. That could be good, if we want to be extremely aggressive. We got Zero In. Subsequent shots on the same turn provide plus 10 aim and plus 10 critical chance. Listen. I understand what Zero In is trying to do. But if I've already taken a shot with Mox and he misses, I don't think I'm gonna give him another shot at the same target. And then we got Shadow Among Clouds. Take 33% less damage while concealed or in smoke. I mean, that's very situational. Alright, chat, I'll leave it up to you. I'm thinking it's either Return Fire, where we shoot back once a turn, or it's Wrath, where we grapple to a target and then smack him in the face. So what are you thinking? One or two, chat. Put them in a chat box. Tell me what you think. I don't know, it's still pretty close. It's pretty close. Although people are, I mean... What's the weapon? The weapon in this case is the bullpup that he uses. Return Fire is a generic ability. Like, so if you notice at the bottom of the description in yellow where it says assault rifle, shotgun, cannon, blah blah blah, like those are all the different weapons that can be affected by that ability. Yeah, I mean, Return Fire isn't bad. Sierra Justice is the one that brings the enemy to you. That's the one that you get by default. Wrath is the opposite of that, where you go to them. I mean, I think the ones have it. Not by much, but I think the ones have it. So we'll go with Return Fire. Wouldn't necessarily have been my pick, but that's why I give you guys the option. And Law's Killer rolling into the chat saying hello. Well, hello, Law's Killer. One question. Choose it carefully, but sure. What's your question? Brace yourself, chat. This could be a good one. The question was to ask a question. With a subscription at level 1. Well, so Lost Killer, I mean, I'm going to guess that English is not your first language. I will try to explain as best I can. Hopefully you will understand. You got a subscription because there are a lot of folks, there are a lot of people in this community that like to gift out subscriptions to random people. And yeah, so that's why you have a subscription. I apologize if English is not your language and you don't get much out of the stream, but we're still glad to have you all the same. EW, get the fuck out of here with that. You're one of the worst offenders, Mr. I have number 3 fucking sub badge next to my name. Don't pretend like you don't know what the score is. Anyway. Oh, no problem, Lost Killer. Again, hopefully you got all that. I apologize if not. Sadly, to quote Bruce Willis, I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English. But I try to do my best to help folks understand. Alright, let's see. Crew card. I feel like I saw crew card in the chat. Crew card, are you out there? If you are out there, crew card, now is the time to tab back in and provide some input. Hardly speak English, but I understood most of your words. Okay. Outstanding, Lost Killer. Outstanding. Well, as always, feel free to stick around as long as you like. You don't have to be subbed to be here. We're always glad to have anybody hanging out in the chat, enjoying some XCOM 2, or whatever it is that we're playing. So, feel free to stick around. Card, come on, buddy. If you're out there in the chat, you gotta tab back in. If not, I'm gonna let chat decide for you. And you know how chat is. This is the cult of bad tactical decisions. Don't let chat decide for you. It's not a good idea. Kalowski has more money than me. I mean, I don't necessarily make that assumption, Ben. It may not be that Kalowski has more money than you. It may just be that they have worse self-control than you. Didn't Bruce Willis speak multiple languages? I mean, Janoxis, I'm specifically quoting Bruce Willis in his capacity as Corbin Dallas from The Fifth Element. Wherein, during his first meeting with Mila Jovovich's character, he says, "Look, lady, I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English." Yes, that is a Fifth Element reference. Yes, Leela Dallas multipass. Alright, well I haven't seen crew card in the chat in a hot minute, so let's see what we got here. We got low profile, low profile chat, I forgot. Makes half cover count as full cover. And you know what I always say, chat, half cover is no cover. So low profile is pretty good. Chaining Jolt. This is probably not going to be super useful because it's a gremlin ability, and crew card is not using a gremlin, they're using the gauntlet. So we'll have a look at it. Sends the gremlin to jolt an enemy. Attack chains to nearby enemies. Damage is increased against robotic enemies. Okay, so it's not a terrible thing. But again, we're not using a gremlin, so. And then, javelin rockets. The range of your rockets is increased by 8 tiles. 8 tiles. And you may hit targets beyond your visual range. That is insanely good. So chat, is that what we're doing then? Are we now making crew card the gauntlet main? Is that what we're doing? Because I think at this point, like, not only with the flamethrower ability, but then also now this, like, I think that would definitely turn crew card into a gauntlet main. Alright, chat, so again, as always, I'm gonna leave it up to you. We got javelin rockets, which increases rockets range by 8 tiles and lets us hit stuff beyond our visual range. This would essentially give us the ability to hit anything on the map. Like for example, if I know where the Chosen is, I don't even have to see them. I can just shoot a rocket and hit them. So, just FYI. Or we can go with low profile, which again makes any partial cover count as full cover. That's also really, really good. Really, really good. So, I leave it up to you, chat. 1 or 3? Put a 1 or a 3 in the chat. Let me know what you think. Do we go with low I can words. Do we go with low profile or javelin rockets? 1 or 3? Yeah. And Simulacra subscribing first time at tier 1. Simulacra, welcome to the Cult of Bad Tactical Decisions, and thank you for the subscription. Hopefully you enjoy your stay, and of course we have only one flavor of Kool-Aid, but it is Ecto Cooler. Man, you guys are having a hard time figuring it out. It's a very close race. It is a very close race. Alright, let's see. I gotta count these out, chat. So for the 3s, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 10 votes for 3. And then for 1, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I mean, by the narrowest of margins, it looks like it's gonna be javelin rockets, chat. We got 10 votes for javelin versus 9 votes for low profile. So javelin rockets it is. We are going all in on the boom. All in on the boom. Alright, there we go. There we go. And that takes care of all of our promotions. Actually, wait, do we, like, are we ready to level up the bond or what? Or is that still a thing that you have to do? Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Okay, so now that we've gotten all the promotions out of the way, let's get back to the resistance ring. And let's work on locating the Templars. And actually, now that we've done that, because we promoted the Reaper, we're able to put them in And then we'll just immediately stick Mox in there as well. There you go. Look, I'm not saying that I don't use the hero classes, but we're not renaming the hero classes, and I'd rather put my own chat members into battle so that they can get killed. I mean, so that they can get experience and contribute to XCOM. So there we go. Nothing else that we can do other than to just send them out and hope that they don't get ambushed again. Alright, there we go. Looks like we got some more enemy info, lost grappler, and a general, which, didn't we? No. I was thinking to myself, didn't we already fight a general? And then I was like, oh no, that was in the previous playthrough that got scuffed. So there you go. Look at all that glorious gold, all of that. Like, look, I'm not gonna lie. This upgraded version of the Advent Commander, I think is really cool. It makes the commanders feel like commanders and not just weaker versions of the regular troops. Is Mox an Advent Trooper? Used to be General Quarters. That's the whole thing about the skirmishers, is in War of the Chosen you run into the skirmisher faction, and they are essentially Advent Troopers that have broken free of the brainwashing and are trying to fight back. Yeah, exactly, King Panzer. We can still, like, that's the thing with any of the abilities, and I know I've explained this before, but for the folks that may be new, like, all of the abilities that we're looking at, we can potentially go back and we can potentially go back and buy those other abilities later. Like, it's not a one and done kind of thing.